If I seen the children getting good results from it, and plays and concerts and stuff like that, especially the children now need guidance and they need somewhere to go, but not be hanging around the blocks.
I think if there was more literature sent around the doors and that, like, you know, and telling people more about what's going on, like, you know, I'm sure they would fill it sometimes, you know, but I haven't received that in my doors now or anything.
Mainly just using the conference rooms there, but I have looked at whatever art exhibitions and things that have been on there as well.
I enjoy everything that was going on in Ballymun and the Access Centre, yeah, and my grandchildren as well. Yeah, really nice. There's good things going on in it. I found it all right anyway. I mean, and fairly cheap as well for the children. I mean, where would you go to a show for €8? Like, isn't that brilliant?
Jamie, do you know where the Access Centre is?
Where is it? Across the road, so from Ballymun.
Do you know what goes on there?
No.
Ballymun got a grant from the EC under urban programme, and there was different monies for community and arts. But at the time when we looked at the viability of building separate buildings for arts and community, we had enough money. So the groups came together with arts and other agencies in the community, and we hammered out a programme to build one centre which would hold both arts and community.
Access is an arts and community resource centre, so it was built as a resource for both the artistic community and the community and voluntary sector in Ballymun. It was built 5 years ago, actually 6 years ago this year. And I suppose it's kind of what's developed is a partnership between the community and voluntary sector and the arts, and that partnership is really fantastic rewards.
What is the Peanut Club all about?
It's about getting young talent from the local area to perform on a stage, but they don't have to pay for the equipment or anything like that, so they can promote themselves to their local community, and hopefully then we're a stepping stone into working in the music industry.
Baby won't come out to play. She doesn't feel like walking in the world today. Sit inside her room instead, and let the television and four walls fill her head until she can't take anymore, and ask the questions there's no answers for. Just another stage in growing up. Some will have it easy, some will have it rough, but I'm not asking you to change your ways. I'm not waiting for too much to change. I'm not asking you to be some kind of superhuman being. Far be it from me.
Couldn't seem to follow suggestion, thought me and you out of the question, thought we were just friends. Maybe another day, maybe another day. Thank you.
I think it's been a great success story, like during the last 3 years. First of all, there's a massive amount of creative activity all around Ballymun. I mean, Ballymun is the size of Sligo, right? People don't think of it that way, but if I was sitting in Sligo now, there'd be an art gallery or two, there'd be a couple of theatres, there'd be writers, there'd be a long history of artistic achievement. So you have to ask yourself, why wouldn't the same visibility be in Ballymun? And it's because of the history of Ballymun and the difficulty that people had. Like, if you can't really get to the shop, you know, in the 60s and 70s and 80s, we didn't have a shop, it was very hard to have a play, you know, or a poem. So my job really was to recognise that fact of the size of the place and the amount of talent that was here, and try and develop it, right? At the same time, bring in from outside examples of good art practice and try and match both up.
Musical history, yeah, that we all just made there, and I have to say, you know, it's probably time to reflect a little bit on just what exactly just happened up here. I mean, when you see 5 Shannon singers going, you realise, you know, the journey that they were prepared to undertake, not just from Donegal. We were